Hey y'all, let's get on this grill and make us some barbecue ribs. All right, so here are the seasonings I'm going to use. Salt, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, cayenne, paprika, brown sugar. We're going to reserve using the brown sugar and salt for later. Now, these seasonings here you can use to your taste preference. I'm going to use about a quarter of a teaspoon black pepper, a teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and then a quarter teaspoon of cayenne. I'm going to mix those all together. I'm going to put them in a Ziploc bag and then set them to the side. All right, so I'm going to take about 2 teaspoons of brown sugar, put them in a Ziploc bag and set those to the side. I'm also going to put about a teaspoon of salt in a Ziploc bag and set that to the side as well. So these are the things I'm going to use to marinate the ribs. Garlic cloves, I'm going to chop them down kind of coarsely. Orange, 2 orange halves, Worcestershire, liquid smoke, and olive oil. I'm gonna line my pan with some foil and we're gonna get to trimming our meat. All right, so I'm just gonna rinse my meat to get off any excess blood. I'm gonna rinse both sides, both slabs, and then start to trim my meat. I am going to trim off the, I guess it's called a flank. I can't quite remember the name. My knife is a little bit shady. It's not the best knife, but I'm making it work. I'm also gonna remove that membrane from off of the ribs and you'll see that in the next step. So I'm just going to cut a little incision in between. There are 2 layers, so I'm just trying to remove the first layer. So I'm going to cut that and then pull that membrane portion off of there. After I do that, I'm going to scour the next layer and just kind of cut some slits in there so that the seasonings can and the marinade can penetrate through. All right, so I'm going to start marinating the meat. I have 2 slabs. I'm going to put the garlic, squeeze the orange on there, and then add the olive oil, Worcestershire, and a little bit of liquid smoke. These all help to tenderize your meat. It's my grandma's secret, so I've just done what she showed me before, and it works well to make sure that your ribs are tender. All right, so I'm going to cover these with some more foil and put the lid over it and marinate them overnight. I do suggest marinating them overnight to make sure that they are tender for when you start your grilling. And here's another thing you'll need for your barbecue grilling. You can use whatever kind you like. We're going to set that aside until we get on the grill. All right, I'm going to cut my ribs in half because the grill I'm using is very, very small. So I'm just going to season first with the salt. And I'm going to season that generously, but being cautious that it is pork, so I don't want to overdo it. That's why I didn't put salt in my rub. So now I'm adding the rub generously, and you can put as much as you like, and just make sure to pat it in. So I'm going to season both sides. All right, and this is the grill that we are working with. It is small but mighty, and I say if you can get down on this little bitty thing, you can get down with any type of grill. Got my fire going, and I'm gonna wait until my coals are all the way white. All right, so I am adding half of the slab and then another little small piece. And then we're just gonna cover that and let it cook. I'd say at least an hour and a half. I would not flip my meat until then. I did go back in and add this other little portion because I saw that it would fit, but just let it do its thing. And next we are going to make what we use to spray our ribs to keep them moist and flavorful. A little bit of that beer and a little bit of the seasoning mixture that we made. And this is our food after about an hour and a half. And then I flipped it. It is looking so good. It's smoky, it's flavorful, it's salted. All right, so I'm spraying that beer mixture on there for a little flavor, for a little moisture, and then I'm gonna sprinkle that brown sugar just a little bit so it can add to the flavor. I like a little salty and sweet. Not everybody likes barbecue sauce, so this kind of gives it a little bit of sweet taste. All right, and here is our barbecue. You see how easy? Yeah, you see how easy that is, just cutting on through. My sister's gonna do a taste test, and you'll see how effortlessly she bites into that rib. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you subscribe. Bye.
Good.